What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a great weekend. It is Monday, April 30th, 2018. So what we're going to be talking about today is the idea that criticism isn't a bad thing. Even having, negative attention or haters, all that, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And some of the reasons I could think of right on the spot were, well, one, it propels you forward through life and through your career. So whether you're an aspiring audio engineer or you're a music producer, a beat maker, songwriter, you got to expect that criticism's gonna pop up a bunch of times in your life. Now, if it's important, criticism's the most necessary part to think about. Is it criticism that hits home, or is it just somebody just being a troll, or is it someone with ulterior motives just trying to get a rise out of you or throw you off your path? So, I guess maybe the first question is, well, how the hell do you distinguish the difference between someone that is trying to help you or give you criticism as guidance, or are they just trying to bring down your spirits or kind of mess up what you're going for? Now, I guess there's a lot of factors. It could be, do you have a close relationship with that person where you trust them, whether they're a friend or a family member? They haven't screwed you over in the past, or they how they are with other people, and that they mean well whenever they socialize or whatever. It could be, it's just someone is telling you something that you haven't heard anyone else say, but it makes so much sense, and it does something for you where it opens the door. That would be good criticism. Does it make your ego want to snap? Maybe that's good criticism, or maybe it's bad criticism. It could be why your ego wants to snap. Do you take criticism as a personal attack on your art, or as your character in life, whatever it is, or do you develop a thick skin? That's essentially what criticism does. It helps you develop a thick skin, so when you're facing those negative aspects or negative moments in your life, you know how to deal with it the correct way and not overreact, and not hold on to it or whatever it is. So, rejection, for instance, that is definitely comes with being critiqued. You get that feeling of rejection, maybe. That is a normal part of life. Very rarely do people go through life without facing any rejection. Especially if you're a dude, you're gonna be getting rejected a lot. And that's how you develop that thick skin, and that's how you overcome that. And same thing with music. You take the criticism. Or even if you're trying to get a gig, or you try to get a placement and they turn you down, and they give you a list of reasons why they turned you down, that rejection might first sting. Again, that's your ego. But if you know how to relax and deal with it the right way, then you could see the truth maybe in what they're saying, and how that now gives you the idea to correct what you've been doing wrong. And now you can push forward with what you're trying to do. For me personally, I've had multiple times where I was trying to get placements in the beginning, and I would get an email back saying that, sorry, we couldn't do this, we couldn't accept this song right now because of reasons A, B, and C, and that would hurt, I guess, in a sense, because you spend so much time on the songs and you're so pumped up about it. And I guess it's, as the artist, we develop this sense of pride in our work. So when we get something that kind of breaks that illusion that we create, it could throw you off your path. But not if you have a strong mind and you see what they're trying to tell you, and that way you could develop. You know, that's how you correct your own faults. I'm thankful now looking back at those times when I got those critiques, because if I didn't get those critiques, I would have never been able to realize what I was doing wrong, or at least see in the sense that how I can improve upon what I am doing, and keep in mind what the people were suggesting. Now, same thing. These were music A&Rs, you know. So again, I don't know what kind of music that they listen to or what kind of music they're into. I'm sending them some type of music, and, you know, maybe they were having a bad day. It could have been all different types of factors on why they didn't necessarily like it, you know, but it doesn't mean the next person won't. And that's what you have to do. I've heard stories about tons of actors and actresses, this is really relatable, where they have to audition 100 times before they could finally get into some decent type of role that could give them a platform to build their career off of. You don't think they wanted to quit every time they got rejected that first 100 times or 99 times, you know? But something kept telling them to keep going, and that's that drive you need to develop. You can't give up. You can't feel sorry for yourself, you know, because that's a disease in its own right. That's like a mental cancer. That's going to make you just stop growing. It's going to make you regress. It's going to make you resentful and all that stuff. So you need to be able to take criticism and push forward with it. Understand if it's good or if it's bad. You know, don't judge the people that are giving you the criticism either, because again, there's a million factors for why they are suggesting that, and who cares really, you know? So it's good because it gives you motivation. It builds your character. Not to be cliche, but it definitely does. Like I said, those times when I find that times where I don't get any criticism is I kind of plateau in a sense. I don't know if it's a plateau, but I kind of just feel like I get stagnant after a while, or the idea gets boring, or, you know, I kind of lose the vibe for a minute. And you know, it's those times when I get criticism that recalibrates my perspective on how I'm looking at music, or I'm approaching the mix, or I'm approaching the composition, whatever it is. Am I just being stuck on an idea that I want and I'm being stubborn? Or am I sticking to my guns and this is the right thing, you know? That's the other thing. It's self-respect comes from the idea of being able to tell people, no, I'm gonna stick with my idea when you get criticism. Now, with that said, you have to keep in mind if the person's trying to help you out or they're not. And at the end of the day, it's your own art. You know what's right or what's best for your own music, and you know what you're trying to make. Now, the idea is, how can I make it and still make it sound commercial? Or how can I be satisfied with my own art but still make it commercial and I can monetize it? You know, that's the fun part. And developing your self-respect and keeping those grounds, but also being open-minded to pushing your sound to new levels and taking people's advice. You know, it's not a bad thing. You want people, you want haters in the sense, you know, haters. You want them because it's free promotion, first off. If they're talking about it, that's good. It doesn't matter if they don't like it or if they do, because if people are talking about it, that's opening up the opportunity for more people to hear it, and more people will become fans, you know, just because, you know, a lot of people tend to follow the crowd and follow the trend, but what you need is those true fans. You could build up about 1,000 fans. If you have 1,000 loyal fans, you can make money off music, and you can live off music, and you could do it full time. You need like 1,000 fans, and like if you get 100 hardcore fans, those are the ones you really want. Those are the ones that are starting fan clubs and promoting your merch and are sharing and retweeting whenever you say you're performing. You know, when you get criticism, one thing I kind of was thinking about, it's like in the present, your ego might want to go into like defense mode, right? But if you're honest with yourself, then you can see that they're trying to do good, right? They're trying to, a lot of them, not everybody, you know? And again, you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your gut. If you feel like this person's just trying to get a rise out of you, then fuck it. Ignore what they're saying and just keep moving on, doing your thing. Keep making music. People telling you should just quit. Don't listen to them, right? Half the time people tell you that stuff is because they've been told the same thing about whatever passion they had, and they listen to that advice, and they're just passing on that same garbage to you. It doesn't mean, and if you listen to them, that's your fault. It's no one's fault, so don't play the victim game. We all have our own choices. Our life happens how it rolls, and we all have to take responsibility for our own successes and failures, you know. And failure is not a bad thing. Failure is a great thing. That is what helps you correct your mistake and push on to develop into a better version of yourself. Whether you're a better artist, engineer, all that, you know, it's an opportunity. So you have to recognize the opportunity. Whenever someone is giving you that kind of feedback, recognize that it's an opportunity for growth. And then the second thing you got to do is you got to take advantage of the opportunity. So once you recognize it, then see what the next line of action is, and then do that, take advantage of it, grow from there, move on. Don't worry about what people are telling. Don't worry about what people are thinking about you. Worry about what people tell you, anything like that. Stick to doing you, you know. And when you do get criticism that is useful, then use it. But otherwise, just keep doing you. Don't worry about it, right? You know, if people are telling you you're bad, and a lot of people are telling you bad, that's not what I mean when I say keep doing you. That's probably some type of thing you have to correct about yourself. Don't be ignorant. It's common sense, you know. So just because people are telling you you're bad doesn't mean you can't get better, you know. But you have to work on it, and you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, then you'll never improve. You'll never be happy or any of that crap, all right? So yeah, enjoy this video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, like, share. You can also message me, whatever it is, all right? And I will talk to you tomorrow.